Hey, it's Steve Barcelo, Cryptozoology Paranormal Museum, back again, more UFO stuff. The video I posted yesterday talked about the balloon, which was last weekend, and then how we had Alaska, and then up in Canada, 2 UFOs shot down by the U.S. government. Now, Lake Huron, which I'm not sure if that, I believe that's Canada and the States. I'm not sure exactly where the shoot down was. But now we have a fourth thing now. So this is crazy. Now one of the more interesting things, which I think I've got here, she was being interviewed and asked, could it possibly be extraterrestrial? And he says he's not ruling that out. That's huge. That's freaking huge. So, you know, even though we're kind of like pushing the envelope here a little bit, kind of we're speculating on what it could possibly be. Now, Senator Schumer came out, and he's saying he believes, he's not sure, but he says he believes they're small balloons, which, yeah, I don't know. Until we know what's actually happening, we're kind of all guessing. But that kind of doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, I know the Chinese and probably the Russians are using balloons for surveillance and stuff, but why would you use a small one? And what are you gonna carry, a GoPro? Doesn't seem to make sense. But anyway, other people are saying now there's talk or chatter coming out that the fighter pilots are disagreeing on what they saw. One claiming supposedly that there's something affected the instrumentation in one of the jets. So like I said yesterday, this is when everything starts to go. The first kind of things that come out seem to make the most sense, something's happening, and then everyone starts spinning and people are sidestepping, and the swamp gas, the weather balloons, and all this other crazy stuff, you know. The dummies dropped from space. But like I talked about yesterday, it's just nuts. But it's just, I'm really curious what's going on today. I mean, if there's are there more things out there they're shooting down? Why are there so many of these things up? Or were they just not looking properly? Or, I mean, I can't imagine they're not watching the airspace or the way things are, especially after 9/11. But it's just nuts. I'm going to play some stuff in here. I'm going to play some interviews, and I'll get back to you guys a little bit.
And we are joined now by the Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer. Senator, thank you for coming in this morning.
Great to be here, George. First time in 3 years.
Yeah, it's been a while since COVID. I want to start with this question over the Chinese spy planes and other aerial objects. 3 incidents in a week. President Biden took some heat from your Democratic colleagues for not shooting down the spy balloon sooner. What can you tell us about these last 2 incidents, Friday and Saturday night? And are you confident in the overall administration response?
Yes. You know, I was briefed by Jake Sullivan last night, so let me get right to it. And I'll give a little background and then get to your specific. The bottom line is, until a few months ago, we didn't know of these balloons. Our intelligence and our military did not know. This went as far back as President Trump, at least 3 times.
It's wild that we didn't know, isn't it?
It is wild that we didn't know, absolutely, and I'll get to that in a minute. Now they are learning a lot more. And the military and the intelligence are focused like a laser on first gathering and accumulating the information, then coming up with a comprehensive analysis of what went on before, what's going on now, and what could go on in the future. You can be sure that if any American interests or people are at risk, they'll take appropriate action. Until they get that comprehensive analysis, however, we have to look at each balloon individually.
Were these
and see
balloons
what
Friday
this
and
does.
Saturday night?
They believe they were, yes, but much smaller than the first one. Both of those, one over Canada, one over Alaska, were at 40,000 feet. Immediately, it was determined that that's a danger to commercial aircraft, which also fly at 40,000 feet. And so, the second one, in cooperation with the Canadians, the first one with the Americans, took it down, and that's appropriate.
So after watching the interview with Chuck Schumer, he's referring to primarily the original balloon there, which of course we know was we believe is Chinese spy balloon. But he's claiming now possibly these other shoot downs, the other 3, are small balloons, which once again I'm skeptical of. I'm hearing different things from different people, so I'm taking that with a grain of salt. The way they're covering things up, the way things have changed, the narrative has changed now. And I think you're going to see more and more of this. I'm curious what's going on today. And I haven't seen a press conference. I've been looking to see who's talking. Right now, Schumer's the only one who seems to be at the moment. I've been looking, unless I'm missing something online. The one general apparently talked at a press conference, but I see quotes on BBC and CNN, but I don't see the actual press conference out there, and he's the one that said he's not ruling out the possibility of extraterrestrials, which is just crazy. Other things that are going on, this UAP that has been these people have seen now, and it seems like all of a sudden now they're looking a lot more for them. I'm not sure what that is. There seems to be a little bit of a dance around that. Basically, I guess they were all pointing fingers at each administration. But the bottom line seems like, what, no one's watching the radars? I can't imagine that. That doesn't make sense to me. But that's what I'm saying. I think this is all part of the distraction. You know, why talk about the big elephant in the room where we can busy make it a political football and point at this one and blame this one and do all this other crazy stuff. While I'm here, I want to talk about April 15th. Since you guys are into this stuff, we have our Paracon coming up. We're actually calling it the Paranormal Bigfoot Festival, but we have ufology and everything else there. Obviously, we do everything. And that's going to be at Lakeland Cultural Arts Center, so make sure you come. We'll be posting some more stuff on here, keep you going. The tickets will be going on sale at the end of the week. They'll be $25 a ticket. But we're all excited about that. Getting things back now, coming out of COVID. But I'm trying to see what else I missed here. These Tic Tac shaped crafts. One of the ones out there said they definitely was metallic. Like I said, one of the pilots claims that it actually messed with his system in the aircraft itself. Now, these are trained observers. This is what they do. You know, other people have already made excuses. Now you're getting this stuff where they're going, wow, they're flying very quick. Of course, they're jet pilots. This is what they do. I mean, they're trained to know if something looks like it to be a threat. I mean, they have very advanced equipment on these things. You know, hence you can see these thermal cameras locking into things. Once they lock in, I mean, they're locked. For these things to be able to break off and then just be gone in a millisecond, just gone 70 miles away. I mean, it's something our stuff doesn't do. So we know that's going on out there. There's all kinds of stuff happening. But basically, is that the same thing that they're shooting down now? We don't know. We're kind of speculating. But the fact that a general's saying he's not ruling that out, I think is a huge thing. So we'll keep watching here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We appreciate it. We want to keep these videos up so we can get out there and do more and more research. I appreciate you guys following us. Like I said, any questions, anything else that you want to do, or if you see something we're missing, please post it, put a link below, and we'll follow up on it. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching.
At the direction of the President of the United States, fighter aircraft assigned to U.S. Northern Command successfully took down a high-altitude airborne object off the northern coast of Alaska. Aircraft that took down the object was an F-22, flying out of Joint Base Elmendorf in Alaska. It employed an AIM-9X to take down the object. The object was flying at an altitude of 40,000 feet and posed a reasonable threat to the safety of civilian flight.
We do expect to be able to recover the debris since it fell not only within our territorial space, but on what we believe is frozen water. So a recovery effort will be made, and we're hopeful that it'll be successful, and then we can learn a little bit more about it.